I've been taking my time, taking all of your time, taking all of your time.
Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, loud and clear. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, quick greetings. Hey, Ashley Jai, Miss E Barstar from the Shy, Brown Sugar, Drea XO. Hey, Drea. Maria Clark, Ty. Drea said, here for the shenanigans, not the special ops. Yes. Hey, Bravo. Good morning, Glow. Okay. So, yeah, so let's get to these announcements so we can then get to Deborah and what's going on with her. Okay, so the first thing is tomorrow I'm taking down the domestic violence and breast cancer awareness tumblers. So if that's something that you wanted to get your hands on before they go, they're coming down tomorrow because Friday was I was gonna take them down today, but today is Friday, and Friday was people's payday and stuff. But just letting you know, the tumblers are going so I can keep my site from getting too cluttered. There's still the hoodies and things like that will still be available. But okay, so just wanted to let y'all know that. Then don't forget to look at my I voted lips for everybody that's early voting, on time voting. Just make sure you're voting. So take a look at that. That's my lip art for I voted though. Okay. And okay. So yesterday we had a menopause talk, and it wasn't going to be the last because Dee is going to come back and update us about her experience with hormone therapy replacement. So we still have that to look forward to. But also, I had someone reach out to me. So I have an earlier surprise for y'all in the sense that we're going to actually have more menopause talk tomorrow. It should be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll get the thumbnail created and everything, but I do think it'll be a treat for y'all. Hopefully you come back. It's someone that is, they're, I believe, certified. Oh, how do you put it? Hold on. Let me make sure I say it right. I should have had it ready, but I thought it was in my head. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. But you would be pleasantly surprised of who it's gonna be. I think I was. And I was telling 41 Fit that this is how I get every now and again you get confirmation that you're moving in a good direction. This was one of the ways, like it was just lining up. They are a certified menopause coach. So I can't wait for y'all to see who it is. But we will be talking. We will be together tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please hit the replay on the first part. This is the thumbnail for the first part of the talk about menopause. But there are some crazy symptoms I would have never thought were a part of perimenopause, menopause. I didn't know. So it's a good conversation. Thank you to everyone that came up to share their experience because you didn't have to do it. Thank you for the people in the chat sharing your experience because you didn't have to do it. Right. I don't know which one's worse either. I don't either. Good morning. I see y'all coming in. Miss J, Clamp God, Sin Red, Sweet Essence, Kim Green, got the lips popping. Drea said, my friend is currently going through early menopause. We'll definitely share this with her. Yes, please do. And Drea and all of y'all, just wait till I post that thumbnail today for tomorrow, what we're having. I think, it's going to be good. Hey, Terry T, baby. Okay, so now, last announcement, and then we get into this topic. Y'all, I have picked out my top 3 venue choices for Paint, Sip, and Sparkle. And it's for August 2025. And I'm telling you now, I didn't know I had it in me, but I'm telling you now, I'm at this point calling it an experience because it's not just an event, it's an experience, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. It's an experience, y'all. When I tell you the things that I am seeing, and I'm like, oh, this needs to be there, that has to be there. It is more than what I thought I was setting up when I first was having the event. It started out with knowing that y'all were going to have, something to nibble on, and you were going to enjoy yourselves painting and sipping. But now it's turned into, it's more than that. It's I have a couple plans. I'm gonna stay within my budget and everything, but I have a couple plans that I think will make it unique. Hopefully it will other people will want to. I won't try to limit myself, but I'm also gonna just go ahead and be. I see y'all saying, I saw somebody say, bring it to Dallas. I said, that's cool. And it's always possible, but I don't know for now if my thing is going to be to just give y'all time to come to Virginia. I don't know, because I have so much control in my state. I have so much control. So I don't know. Hey, Don Don. Don Don will be the chef. He will be the chef that is preparing your hors d'oeuvres. That is who will be there doing his thing. I ended up, and I told Don, I said, say an extra prayer. Because I did find a venue with a really they said fully stocked commercial kitchen. All my top 3 venues, I saw the venue first, then found out who owned it. And I'm gonna tell you what, all top three choices are Black women. Top choices for event planning, Black women. Top choices for the paint and sip artists, Black men and Black women. Like, it's looking good. It's looking good, y'all. I'm excited. I pray that I read over each contract carefully and I catch anything and catch all my questions and make sure I have them initialed by any changes we agree upon. Initial, probably just go ahead and sign your whole name, but at least initial by any changes we agree upon, because I have watched too much Judge Million and Judge Mathis to not be careful with my contracts. So I'm going to do my best to be careful with my contracts. I have my event checklist, all the things to try to make sure I ask the right questions. I am excited. It's going to be a time. Look, see, there you go. Bring it to Dallas so I can come. Okay, I will not limit myself so it could happen. But I'm going to tell you this, because it's local, I can do more right now for the first group that's going to go ahead and take a leap of faith and experience this with me. I do have pay installments that are available. So right now, for the general admission ticket, it said it would come out to about $18 a month. VIP was like $20-something a month. So you don't have to do it all at one time. You and plan. And we talked about hotel blocking. We talked about a lot of things. This is not the video to go even more into detail. So I'll try to stop there for now. I'm so excited. It's hard to stop, but that's not why y'all are here. So I'm gonna do it. Trini, you know that there are some great venues. I didn't say there aren't great venues in Dallas. My control isn't in Dallas. That's the part. I'm not gonna limit myself, but my control is not in Dallas, and that's where I right now. But I'm thinking of it as me doing it for my first time now. It's hard to see beyond this location right now, but I know not to say I can't do it. I just am saying not yet. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Glow. Okay, let's get into Keiarna. Now, let me give y'all the court case timeline, and then we'll get into what the expert she hired filed. Okay. It is not for, well, I do have an opinion, and I still think because our background information is knowing that Deborah came to be with the mess, that's I can't get that part out of my brain. But of course, she presented. He said he read the plaintiff's document, which would be Keiarna's. He read Deborah's counter lawsuit, and he said he did watch the fight of the video, and this is the conclusion he came to. And just so you know, Deborah did hire him. So. What was I gonna say? So it's coming from that perspective. So I'm gonna read it to y'all. We're gonna go over this timeline. Let me see what Don put. Off topic friend. Ashley got 10 years, 3 years supervised release, and has to surrender in 4 weeks. And she just had that baby. Okay, Donna's talking about Ashley Grayson that was harassing, stalking, threatening, put out a hit on Coach. Is it Derica? But yes, okay, Ashley Grayson got 10 years. Okay, wow. Kim said, I'll be at the one in Dallas. I know that this will be a reoccurring event. Speak it into me, Kim. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. Yeah, wow. Right, bravo. Okay, let me get y'all this timeline of what happened with Deborah and Keiarna. So, February 26, 2024 is when Deborah filed her complaint against, when Keiarna filed her complaint against Deborah. So Keiarna is the original plaintiff, the original complaint filer. Then, hold on, I'm skipping the order to grant an extension of time and all that stuff. Hold on. Deborah filed an answer to Keiarna's complaint on May 31st, 2024. So a little over, let's see, February, March, April, May, a little over 3 months, a few days over 3 months. Then she filed another answer to the complaint on June 10th, 2024, about 10 days later. Then, so June 10th, 2024, she files the answer to Keiarna's complaint. July 2nd, 2024, she files a counter lawsuit, a counter claim against Keiarna. July 23rd, Keiarna files her answer to Deborah's counterclaim. July 30th, Keiarna files her witness list. Also on July 30th, Deborah files her witness list. Keiarna's original witness list was more robust than Deborah's. Looks like she filed another one again on August 5th. Deborah, being the she, filed another witness list on August 2nd, 2024. Then they filed a Rule 26. It was a report. It was an expert witness designation, and that was filed on August 6th, 2024. I'm clicking on this one too because I need to actually see if this is a different witness. This might not be the same. Your screen has me rolling. That, yes. I had to capture what I felt when I saw that. I was like, what? Who is this? Let me see. I'm just trying to see who is this. Oh, Keiarna filed an expert witness for treatment to the plaintiff at Howard University Hospital. Okay, I'll read that one too then. Okay. Then after Keiarna filed that in August, I'm trying to make sure I get this right. Then October 9th, 2024, that's when Deborah filed her expert witness, which is the Army Special Ops. That's her face, Glow. Baby, that's her face. Hey, Justine. No manipulation. That's just her face. But she, she thinks she a prize. Okay, so we're actually gonna go ahead and look at Keiarna's real fast. I'll bring this document up so y'all can read it with me too. Okay, take this down. Head into the courtroom. Okay. Oh wait, that's not the one. Oh, duh. That's because I'm sharing the wrong one first. See, that StreamYard limitation. It won't let you just have multiple screens on standby to share. I really, really need them to get that together. They have upped their prices, charging even more premium prices, yet you can't do that. That does not make sense to me. Okay. So this is Keiarna's expert witness. Okay. So it says plaintiff and counter defendant Keiarna Stewart, by and through her undersigned counsel and pursuant to the rules and orders of this honorable court, hereby files this expert witness designation and hereby identifies the following individuals who are expected to provide expert testimony on her behalf and respectfully states as follows. The parties have not completed discovery in this matter. Plaintiff therefore reserves the right to supplement this designation. The plaintiff's experts likewise expressly reserve the right to supplement, amend, and or modify the opinions expressed herein. Plaintiff's experts may be provided additional documents as discovery is ongoing, and these opinions may be modified or supplemented as necessary. Oh, I got a Sesame Street. She is called Sesame Street, Oh, yeah, and you heard Candace call her a Sesame Street character too, right, Kim? I made at least one thumbnail with her as Oscar the Grouch. There's at least one floating around with me on that one. Okay. Plaintiff's experts may provide additional documents as necessary as discovery is ongoing, and these opinions may be modified or supplemented as necessary. The following individuals who have not been retained or specifically employed by the plaintiff in this action may be called upon to offer expert opinion testimony. We have Dr. Nicole Williams, Dr. Rami, it says P.A. Molly, Dr. David Vanson, Howard University Hospital. All right. It says the above identified providers provided care and treatment to the plaintiff at Howard University Hospital following the attack at issue. Dr. Williams is an emergency medicine specialist. Dr. Vanson is a radiology specialist. Ms. Kokmarsky is a physician assistant. Dr. Athanasios is an oral and maxillofacial surgery resident. All the above named providers provided care and treatment to the plaintiff while she was in the emergency department of Howard University Hospital following the attack. The above identified providers or their authorized representatives are expected to testify as to their care and treatment provided to the plaintiff at Howard University Hospital. The above named providers or their designees are expected to testify that plaintiff's injuries are more likely than not the result of her being physically attacked during the event in question, that their treatment of plaintiff's injuries was casually related to the attack, and that the bills for said treatment were fair and reasonable. These experts' opinions are set forth more fully in their records, which will be produced and are incorporated herein by reference. These experts are expected to offer their opinions to a reasonable degree of medical certainty. Mr. Olszewski is a physician assistant employed by Patient First and provided urgent care medical services to the plaintiff. Mr. Olszewski, or a designee of Patient First, is expected to testify as to the treatment and care Mr. Olszewski and Patient First provided the plaintiff. These experts are expected to testify that the plaintiff's injuries are more likely than not the result of her being physically attacked during the event in question, that the treatment of plaintiff's injuries were casually related to the attack, and that the bills for said treatment were fair and reasonable. Okay. Plaintiff is the owner and operator of a med spa in Baltimore. Plaintiff provided skincare and other treatments to treat the injuries she sustained in the subject attack, including the care and minimalization of the serious laceration and scar she sustained to her forehead. Plaintiff is expected to testify as to the course of treatment that she performed on herself and had her business perform on her. Plaintiff is expected to testify that the treatment she provided herself was casually related to the attack. Conclusion. Plaintiff specifically reserves the right to elicit expert opinions provided by any party to this lawsuit. Plaintiff further reserves the right to supplement, revise, or modify this expert witness designation, including, but not limited to, the identification of additional or new experts based on the discovery of new evidence, which includes but is not limited to deposition testimony from any other party to this lawsuit, document production from any source, and any fact witness deposition testimony, and any experts identified by any other party to this lawsuit. If and when additional or different opinions are provided by any other party to this lawsuit, and or those opinions are supplemented, revised, or modified, plaintiff reserves the right to supplement, revise, or modify this expert witness designation, including the identification of additional experts. Okay, so that was her August 6, 2024. And now we'll look at Keiarna's special ops expert witness. Let's see here. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. Professor Purple Queen, Cutie Pie. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So, expert report of Topaz Navarro. I am Topaz Navarro, former training director for First Capabilities Integration Group, the United States Army Special Ops Command. I served in the U.S. Army Special Ops for over 25 years and have expertise in hand-to-hand combat, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and personal self-defense. My business address is located in there. Assignment. I have been retained by Remus Enterprises Law Group principally to review the facts of the incident taking place on July 13th, 2023 between Mrs. Deborah Williams and Miss Keiarna Stewart, specifically the altercation between the two ladies. I have reviewed the responses provided through discovery and have spoken with Mrs. Williams, informing an opinion as to whether proper self-defense was utilized in this situation. Summary of opinion. My overall opinion in this matter is that Mrs. Williams and Williams Deborah acted in self-defense in reaction to a physical attack initiated by Miss Stewart. Miss Stewart, a third party to a verbal confrontation between Mrs. Williams and a Mrs. Candace Diller Bassett, operated as the aggressor, attacker, and did not adhere to the basic principles of intervening, creating a barrier, nor diffusing proximity. Rather than redirecting attention and diffusing escalating tension, Ms. Stewart chose to resort to concussive blows, striking Mrs. Williams to create bodily harm, which then caused Mrs. Williams to act in self-defense. When acting as a third party to an argument between two parties, the principle of self-defense dictates the intervener, Ms. Stewart, steps between both parties, assuming a protective stance, a posture adopted to both protect oneself and to manage what could become an aggressive situation. The goal of the stance is to maintain safety for all parties while projecting the desire to de-escalate rather than further escalate the situation. This stance is described as balanced and grounded, enabling quick reactions to attack from either party. Two key descriptors of the protective stance are the positioning of the hands and verbal cues. Hand positioning is characterized by hands raised in a non-threatening manner, often hands open, fingers extended and joined with palms facing out, creating a visible signal of non-aggression while enabling blocking or deflecting. Verbal cues should be calm, assertive verbal communication aimed at de-escalating the situation and reinforcing the intent to avoid violence. In this case, per witness testimony, rather than conducting nonviolent intervention, Ms. Stewart escalated the situation by inserting herself between the two parties and landing a concussive blow to the face of Mrs. Williams. Ms. Stewart's actions were not consistent with self-defense, as she used sudden physical force without herself being faced with an immediate threat or provocation. Ms. Stewart's actions were a preemptive strike, which then shifted the dynamics to actively contributing to the ensuing physical altercation with Mrs. Williams, in turn acting in self-defense. Qualifications. I have over 25 years experience in the United States Army Special Ops. During my time in service, I have received training in Muay Thai, which is Thai boxing, Krav Maga, Spear System Personal Defense Readiness, I'm not going to pronounce this right. Kali Salat, stick fighting / sword fighting, judo, Western boxing, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I have conducted operational deployments as personal security detail for high-ranking U.S. and foreign officials in the Balkans, the Middle East, Africa, and South America. I currently direct and instruct Brazilian jiu-jitsu and personal defense at the Fight House on Fort Belvoir, Virginia. In total, I have been training and or instructing for over 20 years, and I hold a first-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I have trained hundreds of soldiers in the Modern Army Combatives Program in preparation for combat deployments to Africa and the Middle East. This training is predominantly focused on closing with the enemy and defeating the threat. This type of training is attack-focused and requires a deep understanding of force and aggression. More importantly, I have spent my last 15 years of service studying, training, and instructing personal defense readiness, unarmed, personal protection for law enforcement and security professionals. This instruction is designed and directed towards those who must assess a situation, attempt verbal de-escalation, and then only use the necessary amount of force to control the situation. Training incorporates pre-context clues, body language, control, positions, and restraint techniques. I have taught these principles to law enforcement professionals in Howard, Montgomery, and Carroll counties, Maryland, as well as Fairfax County, Virginia. I am being compensated for my services in this matter at a rate of $250 per hour. I continue to review materials, documents, and testimony related to this case and reserve the right to supplement this expert report based on any additional work that I may be asked to do or review. As part of my assignment, I have reviewed the complaint filed by Mrs. Stewart, the answer, and the answer submitted by the defendant to plaintiff's attorney in this case. I have also reviewed the video footage of the brawl between the two parties at issue. I declare under the penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, and if called as a witness, would testify competently thereto. Dated October 8, 2024. Okay, so let me tell y'all my opinion. My opinion is that Deborah came obviously in bad faith to start trouble, to possibly go ahead and be physical first. She kind of did it. She actually did initiate physical first in the sense of throwing the drink or whatever. So my question is going to be, how was the judge, or she might have asked for a jury trial. Deborah might have asked Keiarna might have asked for a jury trial. How does the law, when the attorneys argue this, how does the law look at it? Because I can tell you right now, I don't like Deborah. And I think Deborah is all the way the one that's wrong. And whatever happened afterwards, in my personal opinion, without putting the law in it, that's on Deborah. Too bad, so sad. But with the law, looking at it legally, is it that Deborah was wrong, but the law expects you not to escalate the situation even more by then turning around and beating that girl like you should, because she threw stuff at you. She was trying to throw something at somebody else and hit you. Because I'm talking about, does the law say don't have a human reaction? And I think the law probably does say don't have a human reaction. How could you have diffused the situation? And if you look at the video that way, from what I remember, I'm trying to play it on my live again because I don't know. It is a whole fight that I was playing. I was like, I probably shouldn't play that fight again. But it's on TMZ. It's easily findable, searchable. And so my thing is, what if, okay, so what we saw as fact is that Deborah started it, in my opinion, in the sense of the physical part of it. She started it by throwing something, and that's what hit Keiarna, I believe. What I think the issue is, legally, possibly that Deborah's lawyers can argue, and what they're arguing here with their expert witness, is that Keiarna did not have to turn around and engage physically with Deborah to continue it. I'm talking legally, not what's in our brain at the time that it happens, just legally. And so then it is not a matter of Keiarna acting in self-defense, possibly, because she stepped to engage more. I wonder, if that's what they're saying, and I wonder if that's the argument that will win, or could Keiarna's, I know throwing a drink is assault, and so that's what I'm saying. Do you argue that she could be partially compensated because the drink was already the initiation of the assault. But I've also seen judges say, why didn't you, if you had a clear way to leave, why did you not leave and exit the situation? Why did you turn around to pursue? I've seen judges ask that. So that's where I'm coming from. Keiarna still had a crime on her, or not Keiarna. Deborah still has a crime on her. I'm wondering what decision the jury or judge will make after they acknowledge there was a crime against Keiarna first. Will they say then it was mutually combative after that point? Will they say because of the if with the background of knowing that Deborah, or it's what do they say? What is it called? Preponderance of the evidence, Deborah came in bad faith to start trouble. Then she actually did initiate the first assault, and therefore she will be completely responsible? Or will they say she's partially responsible because she initiated the first assault, but then the courts expect the person that got the first assault to not pursue the attacker, but only if the attacker was still coming at them? You know what I mean? Because I see what this expert witness is saying. I'm not saying that I feel like you should just be able to, I mean, you started, the person might just choose to finish it, but also Keiarna's attorneys, I wonder if they'll argue that Keiarna being was it dimly lit? I don't know if it was a well lit place, but once something hits me in my head, I don't know if you're then doing that to debilitate me, and then you're gonna keep attacking me. So I gotta be ready and go ahead and get you down so you can't keep getting me, because you already hit me with glass. So that's the thing. I wonder what the attorneys will say. Like, it actually was still self-defense, because how was Keiarna supposed to know that the assault ended after the throw? It could have been the step 1 to 10 more steps of more assault. So that's all I'm saying is I just want to see how, I would love to have to see how it's argued on both sides with this. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, for me, I'm sorry. Even if the courts end up ruling against Keiarna in a way, I feel like Deborah is the one at fault. That's my personal opinion. But seeing how some things have gone, I'm like, let me just not even think that certain things will be decided. And obviously there's only so much I can know because this is not my thing. So, but that's what I think. But I think if Keiarna's attorneys argue that they don't know that that was the end of the assault, so she could have already been like, let me take care of myself, because she could still be coming for me. I don't know. Like, I don't know I don't know once you get popped in the head with something you weren't expecting, glass at that. I don't know. You might think the attacks are still coming. How do you know it stopped? But I'm just saying both sides. What do y'all think that they would argue? But I do think no matter what, Deborah has committed an assault. Now, this is a civil case, though. It's not criminal. But they all should be able to acknowledge Deborah definitely initiated an assault, I believe. Bravo said, I think that if the glass wasn't involved, then maybe. The glass changed the level of the offense. I think Deborah is more responsible for the whole incident because of that. Got you. I agree with you. I'm wondering who's going to argue it better. And I hope, obviously, Keiarna's attorneys argue it better. Hey, Bama girl, good morning. Kim said, my law, you throw that drink, and I know I'm going to jail because I should have walked away. I will see y'all in a year and a day because I'm going to be locked up. Kim's law said, this is how it's going to go down. I totally get it. I feel like unreasonably the law expects you to act in a certain way sometimes. So I totally get you, Kim. I do. Okay, y'all. So this is YSL weekend again. We got to get caught up on Young Thug's plea deal. We already watched over on Legal at some point Brian Steele's press conference and his reaction to it, but we're actually going to look at when they were in court yesterday to see how that went down. So I got to go watch it, take my notes. I'll probably dual stream it because it's such a big moment. But obviously I would love if you join me on Legal at some point for those topics and everything. But I definitely, hold on, we have another opinion. Deborah was in the way of the exit. There was no way for Keiarna to retreat. Plus, Deborah's friend jumped her. Come on, Drea. That's what we need. The attorneys, Keiarna's attorneys, get on it now. Blocking my exit. I feel unsafe. Yes, I hear you. Because I'm I am not saying trending thinks that Keiarna did something necessarily wrong. I just feel like that's how some of it'll be argued. Plus, we just looked at how the expert witness is arguing it, so that's going to be their strongest stance. That's probably their strongest piece to see if they can get her out of some of this. Most likely, the heck yeah, blocking the way of the exit. I did only see that one exit though, for real, for real. You have to defend yourself when caught off guard, right? That's why they're trying to use this expert witness to declare it. She was not in a defense stance. You know what I mean? That's why they're trying to get that expert witness to declare that, because it's self defense to most of us, but their strongest thing is her pushing forward. I think once she got hit with the glass, pushing forward to get to Deborah. I think that's their thing. Like, that's not a defense stance, but I think defense can show up in more than one way as well. But he's special ops. I'm not. Drea said she'll put some coins on your books. She got you, boo. Yes. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna get off here for now, but I will see you in the YouTube streets again today. All right, y'all have a great morning. Bye.